Hello, hello. Happy New Year. Happy first of the week this year. So today I want to talk to you about subconscious reprogramming. And this is actually part one out of the three-part series that I'm going to do this week to give you some tips on how to effectively reprogram your mind so that you attract high ticket clients with ease. And today in particular, I'm going to share one very, very simple tip that you can use right now, that you can take action right now. And I suggest you take action in implementing this right now to ensure that you take consistent, aligned action that is strategic so that you attract your high ticket clients with ease. So let us begin. And so before I actually give you the tip, I want to ask you a very important question. And so when was the last time that you actually did everything that you said you were going to do? I mean, it can be a small thing as well. It doesn't have to be in your business. It could be anywhere in life. When was the last time you actually did from start to finish what you said you were going to do? And a business example is, for example, you said that you were going to do a live 3 times this week inside your group or your personal profile or whatever. So when was the last time you actually said that you were going to do that and you actually did it and completed it? And so if that is recently, then great, good job. You are on the right path, girl. But if not, you get to explore that, right? You get to explore why that didn't happen. And you get to explore that without being an asshole to yourself. You get to explore this with compassion, but you do need to see where that is coming from, why that is, and what was behind you not being able to do whatever it is that you set out to do. Because the one simple tip today that I'm going to share with you is to actually do the thing that you said you were going to do. I know, super simple, right? Super simple, but super overlooked. And this simple thing can be something really tiny in your business. It can be a very small atomic thing that you can do. It doesn't have to be like a grandiose thing, because in reality, small things add up to bigger results. And, you get to build your empire of high ticket clients brick by brick. Your castle, your empire wasn't built, or is not going to be built all at once, right? You lay them out brick by brick by brick by each and every simple thing that you say that you're going to start and actually complete. So this is what you get to do. Very, very simple. You get to do the thing that you said you were going to do. It's January. We're full of New Year's resolutions, right? By the 3rd week of January, a lot of people fall off the wagon and actually don't end up doing what they said they were going to do. You're not going to be one of those people. You are going to be the very, very small percentage that follows through, because that is what a successful business, that is what building an empire is all about, right? And again, when you have times where you don't feel like showing up and you still do, celebrate that. If you don't end up doing it, look at it compassionately and see where you could improve. Don't be an asshole to yourself. That's the worst thing you can do, right? And so, I am someone who actually delays things sometimes. I'm not going to lie. There are some things that I delay. I don't do this all the time, but in one particular time in my life, a few months ago, I actually delayed some things. My excuse was that I had a launch back in August and it didn't do the best. Like, it was executed the way I wanted it in terms of the execution, in terms of the planning of it, everything went fairly well. But unfortunately it didn't convert. I didn't get a sale from it. So then I wanted to do another launch for the next month in September. But in September, something really wonky happened. Something was off. I got triggered personally due to some personal circumstances. It was one of those times where I was just doubtful. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to show up. I wanted to throw in the towel. The voice that was inside my head was like, just give up, Fritz. Just go back to your old corporate job. Just go back. They might hire you back. They're probably still short-staffed. And so as I thought of that, my body started to tense up. When I get stressed out, my shoulders just go up like this and my neck gets like really stiff. And sometimes I get a headache from it. I felt all of that. I felt like I was going to throw up, and it just didn't feel good. The thought of me going back and leaving it all behind, because like I said, I was kind of ready to throw in this towel in my business. And so as I was, as I was feeling this feeling, I realized that this exact same feeling was the feeling that I felt every day when I was in my corporate job. I was burnt out and I was an anxious mess like this. Yet this was the first time in a very long time in my business where I felt this way. So when I was actually in tune with my feelings and I was able to process it and then, take a step back and look at it logically, I was able to kind of see, the impact that I was making. And then, as I decided to kind of look at it at a different angle, at a different perspective, I realized that I actually had everything going for me. Everything was going well. I had a lot of growth. One of my clients was getting insane results in my program. And here I am ready to throw in the towel at technically the best part in my business, right? So as soon as this realization started, boom, it shifted for me. And then I went through the launch. I took action. I announced that I was going to do the launch at these days. So I went ahead and did it. I did the thing that I said I was going to do. And so that is really it, right? And then at the end of that launch, something amazing happened, because I was able to shift and I told my mind that I'm going to do this no matter what. It doesn't matter if you make me, my body was having this big temper tantrum. It didn't matter, because I had a goal in mind and I wanted to see that goal and have the results from that goal, right? And so, at the end of the launch, at the very, very last minute, guess what happened? A wonderful, amazing client just bought straight from my sales page, paid in full. No objections. She signed up on a Friday, was ready to go on the Monday. It happened that quickly. I still remember that moment because I am sitting in the exact same chair in the exact same position. To me, that made me realize how important it is just to be consistent. Because if I just completely demolished that launch, guess what? I wouldn't have had this client, and my momentum of sales would have stopped, right? And so that's why it's so important to do the thing you set out to do, because your clients are there. And this particular client, I didn't even know that she was lurking. She didn't even sign up for that particular launch. She kind of just watched in the background, lurking. Love you, girl. You know who you are. And yeah, she was just there, and she got amazing results, and she showed up very, very well in my program. So that is why you cannot and should not ignore this small, simple thing, because it is really, really powerful. And if we were to get into the nerdier side of this, right? If you actually said that you were going to do X, Y, and Z, and then you finished X, Y, and Z from start to finish, guess what? That tells your mind that, and it proves to your mind that you can do that you can do it, that you know, can say one thing and then start to finish, and then finish it from start to finish. And as soon as you do this very frequently, and like I said, it can be it can be small things, the neural pathway of starting and finishing tasks get really defined in your mind. And that's what subconscious reprogramming is, right? Is the repetition of doing a task from, you know, start to finish, to form that strong neural pathway. Because, you know, what was the word? I'll think about it. There's a really good phrase that Dr. Joe always says. Okay. It's escaped me right now. Anyways, but think about it. Think about how powerful that is. You get to rewire your mind to always start and finish tasks all the way up until the end. And the one way you can do that is to actually start and finish a task. And like I said, again, it can be a very small thing. If you plan on posting today, do it. Don't delay it, just do it. Just post. Or if you think of a live that you wanted to just go into your group last minute today, do it. Go live in your personal page because you feel inspired right now. Do it. Think about it and then finish it. Because the more you do that and the more frequently you do that, the faster you rewire those neural pathways. And when things got hard, that's what I did months before, right? I wasn't able to do that. So that month in September, when I did the things, even though I didn't feel like it, I had already reprogrammed my mind to start and finish tasks. That it wasn't, yes, it was hard for me at that moment, but I was able to tap into inner motivation in order for me to actually go through it. Because it is not enough to just map it out. It is not enough to just journal about it. It is not enough to say to yourself 5 times a day and affirm yourself that you are a client magnet if you're not doing the things that allow you to become a client magnet, right? It's not enough. Because I hate to break it to you, the only way you'll become a client magnet, especially high ticket client magnet, is by taking the action that is aligned with being a client magnet. And that doesn't come with just thinking about it. It comes with action. It comes with effort. And so going back to that client that signed up with me back in September, she had actually been in my community, in my audience for several months. She told me that she had watched me for several months. And, you know, and because she was part of my community, she saw that whenever I did the thing that I was going to say, if I said that I was going to have a training these 3 days, I went ahead and did it. She saw that and she became inspired with that, right? So what are you doing right now to inspire your clients to sign up with you? Because if you're saying that you're going to have this live stream talking about something and you don't end up doing it because of XYZ excuse, how do you think that'll look? What do you think that'll do to the know, like, and trust factor, right? So just to summarize, do the thing. Do the thing, girl. Do the thing. If you want to attract high ticket clients with ease, then taking consistent action is a very simple way. And you can do this very simply by just doing what it is that you said you were going to do. Because action takers get results, and the more you take action consistently, the more easier it gets for you. High ticket clients with ease, right? You want to make it easier. You want to make what is once just a conscious habit become unconscious, so that you can, whenever you say something, you just automatically do it. It does get to that point. It does get to be easy. It does get to be in flow, but you have to put in some effort at the beginning to ensure that it becomes unconscious for you. It's like driving a car. It's hard at first, and then after a while you can do, 5 different things. You can have the music turn up. You can communicate with 3 different things, with 3 people in your car. It gets to be easy for you as long as you consistently put in the work. Very simple concept, but it's the most overlooked thing because because others are just, looking for the grand big thing, but really simple is effective. So make it simple for yourself. Again, do the thing that you said you were going to do, and I will see you soon. Go build your empire, take those actionable steps, and have a great rest of the day. Bye.